Mr. Satish is having around 13 years experience in the industry. He is representing Dextra, well-known coupler manufacturer. Thank you.
So good evening, everybody. I am Satish. I am from Dextra. So Dextra is a French MNC. We are into rebar couplers. So we are the largest rebar coupler manufacturer pan-India and throughout the world. So we are present in 86 countries. We have 13 offices worldwide and 3 factories. And one of our factories is in India. So primary function of any rebar coupler remains same, means is to produce rebar continuity. And there are different means and ways to achieve it through threaded couplers, through grouted couplers, and the final crimped and the bolted couplers, which are used for repair and retrofitting functions. So this is our concrete reinforcement product line. And you can play this video. So here we will see how our coupler is functioning. So it's a 38-story building in Thailand, which we have done in a precast structure. So if you see, it's a plumb station building. This is how coupler becomes a part of your element, be it wall panel, column, beams, anything. And one part of the coupler is connected via threaded bars, and the next part is connected via grout. And we have multiple accessories to it. So this is how coupler becomes a part of your precast element. And post casting, this is how the element looks like. When we are talking about installation of the precast element, this is the size of doubles that you will have at the site. And once the precast element is done, we are working with multiple grout companies which provide grout for our coupler to function, and this is how the grout is pumped into that coupler. And once the grout is set, the precast connection as such is complete. So this is the whole function of a grouted coupler. So when we talk about couplers, so where are couplers used? Couplers are used in buildings, wall panels, inverted wall panels, and we have also worked in 3D pods. Right now we are working 2 projects wherein we are working with 3D pods with coupler as connection. And when we come to commercial buildings, these are the places where couplers can be used. So it can be used in columns, walls, and our normal couplers can be used in the beam sections also, be it pre-stressed or non-pre-stressed. And industrial structures, like in pipe support frames, H-frames, water tanks, and all these structures, you can use couplers again, which are getting precasted due to the increased fire rating requirement in industrial buildings, warehouses. So these are the 4 types of coupler that we have. We have Groutek L and S. These 2 couplers are connected one end by a threading connection, and we have P and F, which are fully grouted. So these are the 4 options available with us when we talk about precast connection. And when we talk about precast connections and erection, this is how easy it is to erect when you are using a Groutek coupler. You can play this video. It's a 1.2 meter by 1.2 meter column. It's in Arbindo, and this is the size of dowels, and this is how easy it is to place a column. So this is on erection front that I'm talking about. It hardly takes about 2 minutes to place a column. And all these doubles, even before the erection, can be checked if they are in proper position, so that you have very little or almost no work at the site. So this is it. They have kept all the leveling work, everything can be done even before you are lifting the column from its place. It's done. And what's remaining is grouting. So now, then again, when we are talking about coupler, then we have to consider certain codes that are available in India. When we talk about coupler, this is how coupler is getting qualified. So we are testing it as per IS 16172, ACI 318, AC 133, and these are the various standards which dictate how coupler should be used. And these are the references that you should take when you are considering a precast connection. So there are certain code like IS 16700, which dictates that you should use a coupler when it's a high-rise building, falling between 50 meter to 200 meter. Be it cast in situ or precast, this is a requirement. And Dextra grouter coupler being a part of this, it is also, it has cleared all the requirement of IS 16172. And Dextra is a multinational company, and we produce a product which fits in multiple codes and strength requirements. So apart from IS 16172 also, we have tested as per AC 133, ISO 15835, which includes simulation of seismic activity as well. So oligocyclic test which is done on our grouter coupler. And I will just go into some of the industry examples where our grouter couplers have been used. This is CIDCO's mass housing project. There are around 70 buildings in this project, and 50% of them are done in precast, and 50% of them are done in cast in situ. And in all of these buildings, you can see grouter coupler as a connection being used in precast buildings. And this is a Ranwal project in Mumbai, which is being done by Katera. If you see in this building, even from the footing level, it is in precast. Everything is in precast here. In the basements, everything is in precast. And we have 4 basements here. And Arbindo Galaxy Tower, all the connections from 8th floor onwards, it was precast, and everything is in grouted coupler. And Arbindo, similarly, it is a 24-story building. The entire project was completed within a span of 11 to 12 months. So this is the speed that you can achieve when you are using this type of a connection. And we are working on a pod project in Mumbai. So this pod weighs around roughly 22 tons, and this building is going to be 24 floors. So here grouted connections are used, and the model of usage will be like that. The connection detailing will be like that. So this is a mock-up building, and it's a precast building that we have done, and the similar model will be replicated. And as I said, Dextra being a multinational company, we are also working in highly seismic areas like Philippines, where our couplers are used. And Jamnagar refinery is one other major industrial project that we have done. So the entire pipe support frames of J3 refinery has been using grouted coupler, and this is how the pipe refinery looks like. And there are some projects where grouted coupler has been used. These are some unique structures where our couplers have used, and that is why I'm putting it here. And offset beams, as the precast structure gets complicated, it's easy to use a coupler than any other connection. And it's a double T section which has been connected with a coupler. It's done first time in India. And these are all water tank projects. These are done by L&T, wherein the whole water tank is split into 3 or 4 divisions of precast, and it's transported and it's erected. And these are some of the details which are, this is how coupler becomes a part of this project. And this is one more project in pod construction that we are doing. This is for Magic Grid in Ranchi, which is a part of Global Housing Technology Center. So here again, couplers are in action here. And it's a new water tank frame that we are associated with L&T with. Here again, it is 300 plus tanks in UP, where all the tanks are in precast. Each and every tank, everything is in precast. And we are slowly entering the bridge sections, where there is a bridge in Mumbai, where the struts that are used in bridges are connected with a precast grouted coupler. And soon we will be entering infrastructure projects as well with these connections. We are going to test it for 2 million cycles and all these things which are required there. And we being in Ahmedabad, the Ahmedabad Motera Stadium, the Y-column junctions are done with the grouted coupler. The beam as such is 40-meter long, and it is connected with the grouted coupler. And when we are talking about odd shapes, this is how grouted is flexible. You can use it in any different form or shape. It being very small in size, it can be accommodated in different complex shapes and sizes. And this is the actual precast project which I have done in Middle East. And this is how it looks like. And this is how the individual element looks like. Now we are working on a project where the element is in similar shape, but it is used as a retaining wall. For railways, we are doing one such project now. And finally, I would like to thank all our customers who have trusted us and bought our product and used it. So thank you, everybody. And that's the end of my presentation. Thanks all.
Thank you, sir, for your good presentation. Now I request Mr. Parth Patel, Director BN Precast, to present a memento.